Colin Murray had a tough job on Match of the Day 2 this week, and perhaps for the first time in a long time, the Premier League struggled to live up to its most exciting league in the world tag. Not a great weekend for the supporters, but I think it's safe to say that Chelsea fans were less happy than most. Not about the 0-0 draw against Manchester City, but about the sacking of Roberto Di Matteo and the hiring of Rafa Benitez. Last week I mentioned here on Copper 90 the rumbles about Di Matteo losing the dressing room, but even with the revolving door policy at Chelsea these days, I didn't see that coming. I should have. We all should have. AVB took on the likes of Terry, Lampard and Cole, whilst Di Matteo put them back front and centre. Two different methods, ultimately the same fate. And what did we learn? That it's results, and results only, that keep you in the job from week to week at Stamford Bridge. The first hint of things not looking rosy, and you're gone. Di Matteo was a stopgap, we all knew that. Winning the Champions League was the aim, but also an annoyance to Abramovich. Even he couldn't then justify culling the interim manager. Now they have a new interim manager to replace what amounted to an extended interim manager. That's the Chelsea way now, and for the first time, the Chelsea fans are voicing their anger. With his previous comments about Chelsea and their fans in particular, Benitez is the least popular of the 9 managers that have passed through Abramovich's revolving door. I've never played somewhere quite as cutthroat as modern-day Chelsea, but I've seen this before. A club I was at was struggling, to say the least, and severely underperforming. The manager was relieved of his duties and it split the fans. Some were happy to see him go, others believed it was too soon. Supporters often forget, though, that unfortunately it's usually only them that are actually fans of the club. Benitez is right. What he said at the time was as Liverpool manager, trying to get Liverpool to win. He's a professional, and now he'll say whatever's necessary to get Chelsea to win. Results are all that matter. Benitez will come in and make changes. He'll make the defence more robust and may even get Fernando firing. A new manager will always make changes and have that instant impact. It's the philosophy that Abramovich has adopted, and it's one that's brought trophy after trophy. Like Benitez, he's not afraid to put a few noses out of joint in the dressing room as well as in the stands. The new manager who came into my club made instant changes and upset a few senior players. Those that were undroppable under the previous regime found themselves left out of the matchday squad. It was bold, and at the time it seemed too much too soon. But the manager went on to have a great career at the club. At first, when the fans stayed away and the ones who were present made their feelings known, it was looking bleak for him. But all of a sudden, results changed for the better, fans started to return, and the atmosphere lifted. And that's the key to Roman's empire. It's all about results and success at all costs. The manager did well at my club. He changed people's feelings towards him by changing results. It's a fickle sport, with fickle managers, fickle players and, yes, fickle fans. One weekend you and your manager are heroes, the next you're a waste of time. That's football. Well, that's modern football. Benitez, more than anyone, will be aware of this. But one thing's for sure. He's been around the block enough times to know that a few positive results will unite the team and supporters again. He'll probably get those results and the fans will probably ease off. Then, come this time next season, we'll be having exactly the same discussion again, just changing the protagonists' names. I'm the Secret Footballer. For the latest from me, subscribe at Copper 90.
Right, ladies, want any knickknacks from the shop?
After a while, I believe there's not much a manager can do to galvanise his team, because losing becomes a tough mentality to break out of.